What's up, guys? Welcome back to another workshop, showcase video. And okay, so last video I did pretty much all the biggest ships and bases I could find. I mean, there's some that are bigger, but I found some really massive sized ships. This episode I decided to do kind of something different. I decided to do the opposite and show you guys the smart cars of Empyrion. So, and let's get on into it. So the first thing we have here is the tiny HV. It's very small and very fast. It's a great little planet schooner. You'll be able to get across the planet pretty fast in this, as you guys can see. And so it's very fast and it's good for exploring. Now it does have a few downsides. It has no weapons. It has no ammo boxes. It's very small. It doesn't even have, any, jumping pads, or what are they called? I don't remember what they're called. But it's very cheap, very early on, and something that, if you're caught in a pinch, and you're caught very far away from your base, and you don't have any way of, like, say, your hover vessel, your main vessel, or whatever has been destroyed, or core's damaged, or whatever, you can't move it anymore. This would be a very good option to get back to base, get the stuff you need to rebuild your vessel or whatever, and then get back to it. It's very small, very fast. So as you can see, very cheap. 96 iron ingots, 82 copper ingots, and 68 silicon ingots. So it's very cheap to make and very fast. I keep saying fast, but I mean that. What else can I say? It is fast. So anyway, it's got 2 RCS units, so it's very, pretty, for such a small vessel, is very, very reactive. It's got 9 hover engines, so that's also why it's very fast. It's got 1 generator and 1 oxygen tank, so you can use it on the moon if you happen to be on the moon. But other than that, I wouldn't use it for anything else. Like I said, it doesn't have any ammo boxes. It does have the option in the back to put cargo boxes in, but it doesn't have any weapons. And there's not any space on this hover vessel to really put weapons without, making it very expensive. Even Gatling guns would probably increase the cost pretty bit, quite a bit. So next up we have there it is. We have the tiny SV. Now this thing is like the hover vessel, very small and fairly fast. It's definitely going to be good for something going on to, like, doing some mild exploration on, safe planets. I wouldn't use it on, say, Omicron or anything like that, where it's, it's filled with lots of enemies and stuff. But it's very fast, very, be a very easy thing to get up into space, show off, make sure you can kind of go and maybe mine some asteroids in or something like that. Very small, very fast. And it looks like I need to go back to driver's ed. My flying skills suck. Anyway, so like the hover vessel, very easy to make. It's actually less expensive than the hover vessel. So if I were to have to choose between the two, it'd definitely be the SV. Iron ingots 54, silicon ingots 69, copper ingots 90. So very inexpensive, very good for early on, survival. As soon as you can, unlock level 7. So it's very worth making this your first vessel, just because there's a lot of, frankly, you can't have anything that's this fast and this cheap if you do it yourself, because you start overthinking it. At least I do. I start thinking, oh, I need to add defenses, I need to add this, that, and the other thing. So this I would definitely recommend for early on. And if you wanted, you could put some Gatling guns, maybe some rockets on there, just to give it at least some kind of defense. But I really wouldn't recommend it. But other than that, it's a very good little ship. Definitely something I would use for early exploration. But as soon as you can get something better, definitely go for the better. You can also use this like the hover vessel, where it's a good emergency in case you're out of, like, your main base or whatever is destroyed, or whatever, your main ship is destroyed, you can quickly spawn this in. Heck, you could even scuttle parts off of your small vessel that you were using just to build this, and you'd be able to do it really fast. So I would definitely recommend this as an emergency vehicle as well. As you can see, it drops like a rock if you hold C. You know, I would say it's a good overall vessel for early on and as an emergency. So next up we have the capital vessel. So this, it may look big, but is very compact. This is actually the smallest ship I could find. So if you go inside, you've got everything in one tiny package. You literally have no room to actually move at all. As soon as you go in, you have literally a 1 block space to walk around in. This ship does have 2 passenger seats, and it's got the it does have the come on, get in there. There we go. And the cockpit all in one area. It's very, at least for me, I found that this thing does not move at all. I mean, it's good for getting up high, but don't expect to be landing or anything like that. Like I said, everything's in one small package, and for a capital vessel, it's fairly cheap to build. The most expensive part being the Sathium at 937, and I would say also the Airstrom and the Zirconium, because those two are extremely hard to get a hold of. Those are used for the Tier 2 RCS units, which you got 2 of, and so that's probably the a good amount of where the Zirconium and the Airstrom comes from. Other than that, it's very small, very agile in space. It's not very agile in the atmosphere. I've tried it. It doesn't work. It rolls around. You have to watch it. It does roll around quite a bit. But it does have everything that a short range capital vessel would need. It's got 1 ammo box, 3 cargo boxes, a fridge. It's got 6 different thrusters. It's got the 2 RCS. It does have a drill turret, so you can do mining, and that's pretty much what this ship is meant for. In fact, it really reminds me of the little the mining pods from Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what this ship really reminds me of. But it doesn't have any weapons other than that. It does have an oxygen station and oxygen tanks, and a single generator. Other than that, it's very small, very for a capital ship, and it would definitely be good for mining, but not much else. I wouldn't use it for anything else really. So, and you can't land it whatsoever. So, in fact, it's actually, unless the ground is extremely flat, you'll have a hard time have a hard time landing this. Alright, turn God mode back on. So, sun is going down, so let's finish up. So, last up, we have the tiny base. Now, you guys have probably guessed this is all from the same author. That is from a different author, but this is the base and the hover vessel and the small vessel. They're all from the same author. So, turn GM mode off. So, this base is literally 3 blocks that you can walk on. 2.5 if you count the fridge being on the ammo box here. You have everything you could want. You got a clone chamber, you've got a O2 station, constructor, generators way up there. You got the fridge, the food processor, O2 tank, ammo box. This particular base is supposed to have a cannon turret up top, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it was on the base or whatever. So, but so you can put a cannon turret on top. Other than that, it's very, very small, very tight. I would personally, this would make for a good starting base, like early on survival. And it would also make for a good base, like if you are, like your ship, like the others. It's very cheap, so it makes for a good emergency base if your ship gets blown up or something like that. As it only requires 128 stone dust, 46 iron, 56 silicon, 62 copper, and 3 wood planks. It only takes about 7 minutes for it to actually be built. Like I said, it has, 1 ammo box, 1 fridge, food processor, constructor, generator, and O2 tanks and station. Also has a clone chamber. The only thing I would say about this base that I would add, I would throw a bed down, because in Alpha 8 you have the ability to sleep at night now. So a bed would definitely be very useful to put just right there, if it will connect. I don't even know if it will connect on there. See here. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Okay, so, where's the bed at? Is it under decoration blocks? Yeah, furnishings. Okay, so let's just test this out. Is that a bed? Yeah. Okay, so you can put a bed, and you can sleep till morning. So now it's daytime. So it would definitely be good for that kind of thing. Just a small base, to crash in if you lose pretty much everything else. You can definitely, it definitely makes for a good emergency situation base. Now, the mod author did say that the result will be better if you can get it to sink into the ground. So if you can get the stone brick right there to be in the ground, it'll be better. I couldn't get it to go down. I don't know why. So I actually had to put some stairs down to get up in there. I could have used GM mode, but I kind of wanted to make it just a little bit simpler. Just for, show purposes. And also, I would also suggest putting, is that a half block? Yeah, that's a half block. I would also see about trying to put a door on there. I think you can put a door. I think they got like a slim sized door or something you can put in there. It'd be under the pneumatic. Maybe it was under, let's see here. Manual doors, I bet. Yeah, it does have a slim door, but it doesn't. What's this? Wait. Oh, okay. So, there isn't a door you can put there, but you can actually take this block off. This is a half block here, and put a regular door. That's what I would do, just to, be on the safe side. You don't want anything coming in after you if you're almost dead or if you lost everything. So, that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's kind of obvious that I can't really do a combat test on this video, because nothing has weapons. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's kind of something new I was thinking about doing. I was doing like a theme for these videos. There's a lot of cool vessels out there, and I was thinking about doing like, for example, the last episode was huge bases and ships. This episode was tiny. So I was thinking also doing like different TV shows and anime and games and stuff like that. I've got a Halo ship, and I've got several different anime vessels and stuff that I have installed. It'd be really cool to do things like that. The only, like, if I do anime, it will be probably mostly ships only. I did find a couple hover vessels, but I find more ships than I do bases. I actually haven't found a single base for anime. Now that doesn't mean there aren't any, but there's just aren't any that I know of. I mean, I'm a Robotech Gundam fan, anything mecha related. So that's probably a good reason why I can't find anything. I might actually look up, see if they have a Dragon Ball Z Capsule Corp ship. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.